Santiago del Carmen Maria, the queen of crowning thought. I speak truth unapologetically. It's my reign of reality and empowerment.
November 29, 2025, Trump's trash talk. The endless shitshow of insults. Hey, everybody, it's your girl Santiago del Carmen Maria here, the one and only queen of crowning thoughts, dishing it out straight from the gut because fuck it, someone has to. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, whatever you need to get through this, because I'm about to unload on the biggest bully in the White House, that orange menace Donald Trump and his nonstop parade of playground insults. And let me tell you, it's not cute. It's not just how he is. It's pathetic, it's dangerous, and it's exactly why half the country is still scratching their heads wondering how this clown show got a second act. I mean, come on. The man's got the nuclear codes and he's out here name-calling like a toddler who lost his sippy cup. Laughable. Sure, if it wasn't so goddamn terrifying. Let's start with the press, because if there's one group this asshole loves to kick when they're down, it's the reporters just trying to do their jobs. Remember when he straight up called them the enemy of the people? Yeah, that's not hyperbole, that's a direct quote from his rally rants, and it's straight out of some dictator's playbook. He didn't whisper it in a back room, he bellowed it to crowds who eat that shit up. And the women reporters, oh boy, they get the special treatment. Nasty this, nasty that. He's flung that word around like confetti at a pity party. Take April Ryan, that sharp black journalist. He once told her to sit down and be quiet like she was some intern who forgot his coffee order. Or Yamich Alcindor from PBS, asking a legit question about white nationalism, and boom, he hits her with "That's a racist question." Racist? The question or your brain, Donnie? And don't get me started on the physical mockery. That time with Serge Kowalski, the reporter with the disability. Trump flails his arms around on stage, imitating the guy's condition like it's a fucking comedy routine. You gotta see this guy, he says, twisting his body all weird. The crowd roars, but me, I'm yelling at my TV, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? It's not just mean, it's cruel, and it's on video, documented for eternity. Then there's CNN. Oh, those dumb as a rock employees. He labels whole networks fake news the second they report anything that doesn't suck his ego off. Like Jim Acosta gets his mic yanked after a heated exchange, and Trump calls him a rude, terrible person. Rude? Pot, meet kettle, you spray-tanned hypocrite. Fast forward to right now, 2025, and it's only gotten worse. Just last week, he's on Air Force One, snapping at Bloomberg's Catherine Lucy for asking about Epstein. Yeah, that Epstein, and tells her quiet, piggy, like she's a farm animal interrupting his golf daydreams. The man's 79, supposedly the leader of the free world, and that's his comeback. His press secretary had the balls to call it frank and honest. Honest, it's piggish, Caroline, and you know it. Then he goes after Abk's Mary Bruce, calling her question horrible and insubordinate, like she's his goddamn employee. You're a terrible reporter. He spits, threatening to yank their license. Subordinate, bitch, please, the press answers to the people, not your fragile little feelings. And yesterday. New York Times, Katie Rogers writes a piece on his obvious fatigue, eyelids drooping like he's fighting a nap in the Oval, and he fires back on Truth Social. Ugly, both inside and out. Ugly, that's your response to facts about your own slowing ass. Ha. The hypocrisy burns brighter than your comb-over in the sun. These aren't slips, they're a pattern, a disgusting habit of belittling women who dare to question him. Megyn Kelly back in 2015. Blood coming out of her wherever. Classic Trump, sexist, petty, and zero self-awareness. I'm over here cackling in disgust because if this were anyone else, they'd be canceled into oblivion. But no, his cult calls it straight talk. Straight to hell is more like it. Okay, deep breath, because we're just warming up. Let's talk other presidents, the guys who actually did the job without turning it into a reality TV shitfight. Barack Obama. Trump questioned his intelligence so many times I lost count. Incompetent, a disaster, hell, he spent years peddling that birther lie, claiming Obama's not even American. Can you imagine? The first black president, and this clown's out here erasing him like a bad spray tan. I mean, Obama's out there curing cancer on the side, and Trump's like, lazy, lazy, says the guy who golfs more than he governs. And Jimmy Carter, worst president in history. Trump sneers, right after Carter builds houses for the poor at 100 years old. Worst. Carter's got more class in his pinky than you've got in your whole bloated empire, Don. George W. Bush. Trump called him fake and pathetic, blamed him for 9/11 like it was personal. It's also transparent. Trash the predecessors to prop up your own sagging legacy. Pathetic doesn't even cover it. It's desperate, like a washed-up wrestler cutting promos on the old guard. Yawn. Now, mayors, those poor bastards running cities while Trump's busy rage-tweeting from Mar-a-Lago. San Juan's Carmen Yulin cruised during Hurricane Maria. She's begging for help, and he hits her with nasty and totally incompetent. In a crisis. People dying, and he's name-calling because she called out his paper towel tosses. What a hero, London's Sadiq Khan, stone-cold loser and a disaster. Chicago's Lori Lightfoot and Rahm Emanuel. Weak, failing, pathetic. It's like he scans the headlines for strong leaders, especially women or people of color, and boom, insult incoming. And get this. Back in the 80s, New York Mayor Ed Koch called Trump a greedy piggy. And now he's recycling that shit on reporters. Karma's a bitch, ain't she, Donnie? Ha, I'm dying over here. The irony is thicker than your denial about election losses. Senators next, because why stop at City Hall when you can eviscerate the Senate? Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas. That racist slur he hammered like it was his greatest hit, over and over, turning her heritage into a punchline. Classy. John McCain, war hero. Not a hero, weak. Failed, said it right after McCain's thumbs down on health care repeal. Trump couldn't handle a real fighter calling him out. Mitt Romney, pompous ass, because Romney dared criticize his Ukraine bullshit. Ted Cruz, not just him, but his wife Heidi called her ugly in that creepy side-by-side with Melania. What the fuck, family's off limits, you insecure prick. And Kamala Harris. Nasty, mean, horrible. Same old sexist playbook. It's not politics, it's personal vendettas wrapped in bile. These are elected officials, not reality show contestants, but Trump treats them like they're auditioning for his next Apprentice reboot. You're fired, except it's democracy he's firing at. Unbelievable. Governors get the same crap because no one's safe from the Trump tantrum. Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan. That woman from Michigan, like she's some nameless side character in his ego fest, kidnapping plot against her, and he's smirking about it, chilling. Gavin Newsom in California, dopey. Terrible, incompetent, because wildfires and lockdowns aren't his problem, but mocking the guy fighting them is. Andrew Cuomo in New York, total loser, right after leading through COVID like a boss. And just this week, Illinois J.B. Pritzker, low IQ person and fat slob. For pushing back on National Guard deployments. Fat slob. Look in the mirror, Big Mac. Your doctor's probably got a flowchart for your cholesterol. It's body shaming from the king of fast food, and it's as hypocritical as his drain the swamp lie. These governors are on the front lines dealing with real shit while he's golfing and grifting. No respect, just resentment. What a small man. World leaders. Oh, this is where it gets international embarrassment levels. Justin Trudeau, two-faced. After some G7 spat, like Canada's maple syrup, diplomacy hurt his feelings. Angela Merkel called her stupid behind doors, threw candy at her like a bratty kid. Don't say I never give you anything. Real diplomatic Don. Kim Jong-un, little rocket man. Taunting a nuclear dictator like it's a rap battle, then flips to fell in love when it suits him. Emmanuel Macron roasted his approval ratings and unemployment like a Twitter troll. Shinzo Abe brought up Pearl Harbor in a meeting. Tense doesn't cover it. That's dredging up war wounds for what? And Sadiq Khan again, London's mayor, but he lumps him in with global disasters. It's not strategy, it's schoolyard shit. Poke the bear, see if it bites, then cry victim. Meanwhile, the world's laughing at us, wondering how we elected this insult comic to negotiate trade deals. I'm screaming into my pillow some days. How do you go from Obama schmoozing with charm to this clown tossing shade at allies, disaster, and the groups? Jesus, the groups he shits on could fill a stadium. Immigrants, animals, rapists, criminals. Kicked off his campaign with that Mexico rant and never looked back. Whole nations. Shithole countries for Haiti and Africa because poverty's a punchline now. Protesters? Thugs, whether BLM or January 6, wait, no, those were patriots, but you get the point. Scientists on climate, idiots. Because facts hurt his oil baron donors, military leaders, losers and suckers, per John Kelly and multiple reports calling fallen soldiers that, beyond the pale. Afghan refugees now tied to that DC shooting, he's already blaming them, calling the whole mess radical. It's fear-mongering wrapped in hate, turning neighbors into enemies, and his base laps it up because nothing bonds like a common scapegoat. Me, I'm furious, yelling at the screen, grow the fuck up. This isn't leading, it's dividing, and it's poisoning everything it touches. Look, I've been ranting for what feels like hours, but here's the truth bomb. This isn't new, it's not funny, and it's not harmless. Trump's mouth is a weapon, documented in tweets, videos, books, over 598 insults on Twitter alone before they banned his ass, and now Truth Social's his echo chamber. From low-energy Jeb to crooked Hillary, it's all the same game, bully to bully your way up. But in 2025, with him back in power, it's scarier. Reporters ducking piggy and ugly jabs, leaders tiptoeing around his moods, groups targeted like it's open season. We're better than this, America, fiercer, kinder, smarter. We deserve leaders who build bridges, not burn them with bad attitude and worse grammar. So call it out, laugh at the absurdity, but don't normalize it. Because if we do, that middle school bully wins, and fuck that. The president who never grew up. Donald Trump is still emotionally 12 years old, stuck in a loop of whining, name-calling, and stomping his little feet whenever the world doesn't kiss his ass hard enough. I swear to God, the man could be 90 and he'll still sound like the kid who got picked last in dodgeball and decided to burn the gym down. A president is supposed to be the grown-up, the calm voice. The person who walks into the room and everybody straightens their spine a little because dignity just showed up. Instead, we got a dude who treats the Oval Office like the comments section of a trailer park Facebook fight. He doesn't elevate the country, he drags the entire nation down into whatever sewer his mood is swimming in that day, and the craziest part, his cult cheers it like it's strength. Strength. Baby, that ain't strength, that's a meltdown with a tie. That's a toddler who found daddy's Twitter password and a nuclear button. Let's be real, you don't talk the way he does if you're secure. Secure people don't wake up every morning hunting for someone to punch down at. Secure people don't mock a disabled reporter by flailing their arms like a broken marionette. Secure people don't call Gold Star families losers because their dead son dared to criticize him. Secure people don't look at a hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico and throw paper towels like it's a fucking carnival game while calling the mayor a nasty, incompetent bitch. That's not power. That's panic in a red tie. That's a guy who knows deep down he's a fraud, and the only way he can feel big is by making everybody else feel small, and the insecurity just drips off him like cheap bronzer. Every insult is a mirror he's trying to smash so he doesn't have to look at himself. Call a woman reporter nasty. That's him screaming, "Don't look at how small I feel." Call immigrants animals. That's him yelling, "Don't notice I'm the one acting like a rabid raccoon." Call world leaders losers and dopes and stone-cold pathetic. That's him begging, "Please don't see that I'm the biggest joke on the planet." It's textbook. A therapist would have a field day. Hell, a middle school guidance counselor could diagnose this shit in 5 minutes. You ever notice how the second somebody stands up to him, the mask slips and the real baby comes out swinging? John McCain criticizes him once and suddenly, the war hero who got tortured for 5 years ain't a hero anymore. He's a loser, a failed guy. Khizr and Ghazala Khan dare to speak at the DNC with their dead captain's son's memory, and Trump goes after the grieving mother like she's some mute prop. Maybe she wasn't allowed to speak. Are you fucking kidding me? The man lost his child to war and you're out here swinging at the widow because your feelings got bruised. That's not tough. That's the weakest shit I've ever seen, and don't even start me on the women. Lord have mercy, the women. If a woman has the nerve to have a brain and a microphone, she's automatically nasty, low-ick, dumb as a rock, unattractive both inside and out. Megyn Kelly asks him a real question in 2015, and he bleeds from his wherever. Kellyanne Conway finally grows a spine, and suddenly she's yesterday's trash. Nikki Haley dares to run against him, and she's bird brain. Kari Lake doesn't kiss the ring hard enough, and she's done. It's the same tired playbook every time. If a woman won't worship, she gets demolished. and his fragile little ego can't handle a single ovary in the room that isn't bowing. But here's what kills me, what actually makes me want to scream into a pillow until I pass out. Millions of people watched this circus for years and said, "Yeah, that's my guy." They saw a grown man mocking disabled people, attacking Gold Star families, throwing tantrums at reporters, body-shaming governors, calling half the planet shithole countries, and they called it refreshing. Refreshing. Like verbal diarrhea is the new Febreze for American politics. I'm over here yelling, "That's not refreshing, that's rot." You don't fix a broken system by electing the human equivalent of a dumpster fire and handing him matches. And now he's back. Back in the chair, back on the throne, still tweeting the same middle school garbage like the last 4 years were just a long nap. Just this month, he's called a female judge highly conflicted and biased because she ruled against him, called the special prosecutor a degenerate psychopath, called half the country radical left lunatics. Same song, same dance, same stunted little boy screaming for attention because quiet competence makes him irrelevant. He can't stand being ignored, so he burns the house down every damn day just to stay the center of the blaze. You know what real strength looks like? Obama taking racist birther bullshit for 8 years and never once dropping to that level. Real strength is Angela Merkel staring down this clown while he throws Starburst at her and still keeping her composure. Real strength is Liz Cheney losing her career because she refused to lick the boot. Trump wouldn't know real strength if it slapped him across his spray-tan cheeks. He mistakes volume for virtue, cruelty for courage, and pettiness for power. And the worst part, he's convinced half the country that being an asshole is the same as being a leader. I'm so tired of pretending this is normal. I'm tired of the both sides bullshit. There is no both sides when one side is acting like a functioning adult and the other side is acting like a drunk uncle who just discovered 4chan. You don't get to call the President of the United States a mature leader when he's out here calling people piggy and fat slob and low IQ because they asked him a question he didn't like. That's not leadership. That's a cry for help with better lighting. We deserve better. We deserve someone who can string a sentence together without threatening to terminate somebody's career. We deserve someone who doesn't treat the presidency like a personal revenge tour. We deserve a leader who makes us prouder, taller, calmer, not someone who drags us all into his endless playground brawl because he never learned how to share the sandbox. So yeah, I'm mad. I'm loud. I'm done pretending this is just his style. His style is garbage. His style is why the world laughs at us. His style is why kids think bullying is presidential, and I refuse to shut up about it until the last red hat rots in a landfill where it belongs. Oh, and dearest MAGA, I was not talking to you. I just want to thank you all, like, share, and follow to stay connected. Please comment to help me out. I will appreciate it. I am Santiago del Carmen Maria, the Queen of Crowning Thoughts, because I say it like it is. Copyright 2025, independent writer, Crowning Thoughts truth speaker. AI video content creator, writer, blogger, Santiago DC Maria. All rights reserved.